Okay, let's hide the rulers and go to the main com to see how it came out. Okay, to rectify it completely, I must subtract the mouse part of this layer. I move the layer a little further to match perfectly. Okay, much better. Let's move to the next pose and rectify it as well. Let me put a ruler here. It should be filled to this part. So does this lip. I'll go on and rectify the other poses as well. So I go to the front pose, make this visible, hit Alt Ctrl T, and I should write an expression for it. First, I need to define the slider with which I want to control different poses of the mouse with. I define the mouse slider. I scroll further down and here I type frame to time again and define the slider. Since I had 12 poses, I set this to 12. As you can see, I can control the different postures of the mouse with this. I'll copy this and paste it for the time remap of this layer too. Let's move to the profile pose to be able to take the different poses. Now, if you pay attention, when I go to the pose 1, the next posture of my character's mouse should be immersed, but it doesn't. That's because the frame rate of the main comp is 2997 and the frame rate of the mouse postures comp is at 25. We'll edit that later. It's not that big of a problem. I must check the different postures of the mouse for now to have no flaws. This mouse should go a little further back. Okay, good. This pose is not so good. I must edit it. Let me set this to 15. Okay, I'll do the same for this one too. Okay, good. Let's see how the different poses came out. I'll bring it a bit higher. Let's check again. Alright. I set this to 14 so that the layer doesn't go away. After I match the different profile postures with the character's profile pose, I go to the front pose, and by holding the shift key, I move the anchor point of this layer to the center of the front pose mouse so I don't get into too much problems when restifying the left profile pose mouse. For example, here all I have to do is to reverse its X scale. See, it's fixed. Okay, I hit Ctrl Z for now, make its scale visible, copy the front layer scale expression and paste it for profile pose scale. But the difference is that I only want to make changes in pose 2 and -2. I want the X and Y in the left profile pose, which is -2, to be the same, but in the left profile pose, the X becomes negative. As you see, it goes exactly into place and all the postures are perfectly sound. After doing that, to make the back of the mouse look empty in some postures like this one, I must go here and copy this mask and paste it for this layer as well. It goes right into place since these layers were copies of each other. I have successfully rigged the character's mouth in all the poses. If you look, it's alright in every pose. I make these red, shy, and hide these two in order not to be seen. I can animate the different poses of the mouse using this same controller.